On Breakfast with Vossy and Brandy, the back page with David Riccio. Looking for an energy provider that's as local as you are? Sumo. As local as your morning coffee run.
He's not a doctor, you know that, don't you, Brandy?
Really?
Yeah, he's not a doctor. It's
No,
the
I didn't
hangover.
know.
He's not a doctor.
I thought he might have been.
Good morning,
David,
boys.
Good morning. What
Good
about
morning.
the game of rugby league where stories just keep happening, don't they? When you
Yes.
just the season just gets underway and then all of a sudden it blows up, and that the DCE story was that's as big as we've had through a season, isn't it?
Yeah,
as
absolutely,
big as we've
yeah. And it's not over yet. It's
No,
not
that's
over
right.
yet.
No, it's not. It's not. Now, the NRL crackdown, we've been speaking about it this morning. What are we looking forward to? Are we looking to
What are you looking
Magic
forward
Round
to?
4 years ago?
Oh, I hope we don't get the magic round 4 years ago, Brandy. Bossy, I don't think we will. I will say this. I think it's required. I was gobsmacked over the weekend with a couple of those decisions for players, i.e. Jerome Luai, Jordan Ricky, staying on the field. Reid Marnie, staying on the field. I just thought we'd lost our compass as a game and officiating high contact to the head, forceful contact to the head. And I reckon the bar had slipped a little. And I actually applaud Graham Annesley and the NRL for just tightening the screws a little bit this weekend in relation to that memo going out to every club yesterday. And reminding them that it will be a sin-binnable offence for forceful contact to the head.
Yep. That's what they forgot about. They forgot about the word force. Now, and there was force in all of the incidents that we're talking about, the four players, Gilbert and Ricky and Jerome Luai and Reid Marnie. There was force in all of those tackles, which last year, the year before that, got you sin-binned. But we're talking about video referees, aren't we? Not on-field referees, because they were all penalties, weren't they? And they all went upstairs,
all on report. Yep, all placed on. Yep. So therefore, the video bunker has reviewed the incident. So that's right. It is the responsibility of the video bunker, guys. I don't want to go too deep, but the junior rugby league season, pretty much around New South Wales and Queensland, have either started last weekend or start this weekend, and you can't underestimate. What happens at the top does filter down to the bottom.
Yep. And
so I think it's hugely important that this stance is taken. For everything I've just said, that I just think the bar had slipped on what for example, we're so focused on players touching the ball with their foot as they play the ball. We're hypersensitive around that at the moment, yet we're just taking our eyes off the ball in relation to a player's shoulder connecting with someone's head, and that player staying on the field. I think it's an extremely timely reminder from the NRL, as I said, for every reason, including the impact on junior rugby league.
But isn't it the email directed at the bunker? Like
that's what
it's
I
really
said.
not the players;
Yeah.
it's the bunker. So we end up with, if we had just dealt with it as we thought it would be dealt with, and you've said it, Dave, you thought that. Then we wouldn't be going to this extreme where now we're all on tenterhooks. Like we just think, oh no, this is going to be horrid. It's going to be an absolute. They're going to go. You're confident they're not going to go next level. Like that was nuclear, wasn't it? Magic round.
Oh yeah.
So you're saying they're not going to go there. You'll put your life on it. They don't go that far. Okay.
I'm confident because everybody knows that they went too far. The game knows that they went too far on that occasion. So surely they know that they can't go to that level again. I am confident. At the same time, I understand what you're saying. It's the responsibility of the bunker, but guys, they can't just suddenly start sin-binning blokes this weekend without all 17 clubs knowing that this is a mandate. Then the NRL would be accused of just changing the rules on the run without telling anyone. So I think coming clean, announcing this, and declaring that we've dropped the ball on a number of occasions, so we're going to fix it. I don't mind it, guys.
Oh no, I don't mind it either. Let them know that they got it wrong last week. We don't want, and by warning them, we could be eliminating many players that get sent to the bin. If they said nothing, and therefore the precedent has been set in round 4, their players are looking at that and going, well, we can get away with a little bit. Now they know they can't. So that might save us having 20 players in the bin, and we might get away with 10.
I'll ask you both then. What's your prediction on more players staying down this week, and getting slow so they give the bunker time to review? Do you think that'll go up? I had someone tell me yesterday they watch a lot, and whether it's perception or not, they reckon Warriors players stay down more than any other team. They reckon that. They always stay down. They always stay down if there's contact with the head. That's just a fan, just watching a lot of games, saying it seems to happen a lot. I said, look, I don't really know. I'd have to go back. It doesn't become a current. It's not apparent to me, just off the top of my head, pardon the pun, that head contact with Warriors players, that they always stay down. I'd have to go back and watch a bank of games. But do you think more players will stay down this week, David?
I think there could be definitely an opportunity, no doubt. What I will say is I'm with you. I'd have to go and watch, a stack of Warriors games to get a fair assessment of that. But I will say this: I do talk to almost every coach in the game, and they don't mind having a little pop at a rival club. That some clubs are laying down more than what others do. There is an element of that's probably the concern. I think there has to be an onus on the match officials there. In one, if it's the video bunker, speeding up that process to quickly assess whether it is forceful eye contact or simply on-field referee moving the play of the ball. Just move the play of the ball straight away. So
yeah, I know they've got to have.
It's
some
a can of
balls
worms.
To do that,
it's a can of worms. Look, it's
is.
Todd Greenberg's carpet bubble theory. You fix one area of the carpet.
That's a beauty. But no, okay, just before we move on. So in the Warriors case, and a penalty that in the end decided the game, should Chance Nickel Klugstar have come off for an HIA? Should he have been forced to come off for the HIA? Given that he reacted the moment he felt the contact, he's opened the mouth, and then he stayed down. Should he have come off? Would that appease the fans?
Hey, it probably would, but I don't think it proves anything. We have to treat the HIA process seriously. Like at the end of the day, what did we bring the head injury assessment in for? It's to protect players from concussion, playing with concussion, and then the ongoing effects of concussion. Like, we can't just use it as some tool to keep fans happy. A player either needs a head injury assessment or they don't. And in that situation, he didn't. And I don't think just because a player stays down every single time that they have to come off the field. I just think it would be just ludicrous, just completely out of control and not what the rule is brought in for.
That instance just burns everyone because it was a match-winning moment. It was a match-losing, match-winning moment. So that's what makes it tough for people to swallow. Now, injuries and suspensions will affect the teams when they come out this afternoon. Albert Hopewadi gone for the season. What's happened to Albert?
Yeah. Look, he's with the greatest respect to Albert, he's certainly not. He's not the highest profile player. But I've got to say, he at times last season for the Raiders was extremely important to their campaign, and he would have been this season, guys. He suffered a torn ACL in the New South Wales Cup over the weekend. He's gone for the year, Albert Hopewadi.
That's his fourth one. That's his fourth one. Albert was an absolute genius as a young player. Like as a schoolboy and as an under-16 player, Albert Hopewadi was a fullback and had it all. Had the speed, the ability. He was destined to be, as a couple of the Hopewadis have been. Lehigh on the move right now. Will was a great player. Albert was in the mould of Will, but suffered, I think, 3 knee reconstructions between the ages of 16 and 19. Like he's had no luck, Albert, and that is a blow. And I know we've had plenty of players, but it's a blow for him.
It is, Brandy. You're spot on. And what about the determination And anyone who's suffered one torn ACL understands the determination and tenacity you need to get back from one. He gets back from 3, and he suffered another one on the weekend. So he's gone for the year, guys. What I will say is that it just moves Jed Stewart, the son of Ricky Stewart, one step closer to making his NRL debut this year. Jed's been playing on the wing. He travelled to Townsville last weekend with the first grade squad and as the 18th man. He is not far away at all. And unfortunately, just due to the fact that Albert Hopewadi has gone for the year, Jed Stewart would move one step closer to making that debut. Just at the Tigers, guys, we saw Adam Dewey go down in the pre-game warm-up. Pretty rare. We don't see it all too often. We have seen it. We don't see it all too often. But with a groin strain. Now, I've spoken to the powers that be at the Tigers, and certainly Adam has shown positive signs and is still a chance to push for selection this week against the Broncos in that Michael Maguire Cup between the West Tigers and Broncos. It will be key to see if Dewey is fit and ready, because now with Jerome Luai facing that one-game suspension if he takes the early plea, they're looking for a 5/8, the West Tigers, and Latu Finu would clearly be an option, but the experienced Adam Dewey would also be an option if he's fit to partner Lockie Galvin in the halves.
And Dave, does Will Price go from the Knights immediately and join Hull FC?
He certainly does, Brandy. Yeah, it came as a little bit of a surprise, this one. Newcastle Knights Englishman Will Price has been released effectively immediately yesterday. He heads back to England. And look, immediately it raises the question on whether that now aids Newcastle's chances of maybe getting Dylan Brown earlier. Look, it certainly relieves a bit of salary cap space, and it would contribute. Just at this point in time, Jason Riles is dead set adamant that Dylan Brown's going nowhere, and he's staying with Parramatta. But boys, I listened to your call. I watched the game with your call on the weekend, and I could only sense that during your commentary that you wanted to see more from Dylan Brown. There were glimpses, but not very frequent, and for what he's required and what he's needed for the Eels at this point in time.
David, one last one before you go. Were you a journalist in April 1, 1995 or not? Or was that just a bit before your time?
Yes. Early days. Yeah, I was just a copy boy doing my best.
Memories of that day? April 1 as the headline hit, Super League War starting, set 2 comps.
Oh, I suppose I could, I think Brandy or you yourself, Vossy, may have mentioned earlier with this referee crackdown, a little bit of uncertainty or trepidation about what does this mean? What does this Super League War mean for the great game? And it was incredible at the time, and still remains one of the most significant chapters in the game's history.
Yeah, true that. David, have a great day.
Hey, thank you, boys. Go well.
Bang. Just like that.
There he is.
Just like that. John Rebay coming on the show later, Brandy. That'll be a great chat for half hour. We'll devote the 8:30 half hour to reliving Super League stories. By the way, Brett from Tamworth has been watching the Warriors closely. He says spot on with the Warriors laying down. Fullback, Roger Tuivasa-Sheck and Wade Egan, the hooker, do it all the time, he says. Brett from Tamworth.
Wade Egan gets whacked. Sumo, energy as local as a weekend barbie.